Good morning and welcome back to Radical Vision for Disabilities, where we are embracing our disabilities for the challenges that they are, but we're also understanding that they are opportunities for us to grow. So I told you earlier on the show, the Vision Alignment Show, if you were listening, how important it is for us all to understand our disabilities. And we all have something going on in our life, whether it's with us or a loved one or whatever the case may be. But I would like for you to know that your disabilities are your biggest strength. And how can that possibly be? Listen up and come right back. Stay right there. We'll be back. And welcome back. As always, share this video with as many people as you can think of. Really want to have this video going viral because there's so much good in it. So let's continue to do that. Share the video out. As always, put in a picture of yourself in your timeline of you winking. And when you wink, you begin to understand what makes you unique. So you know what makes me unique, and it's not my eye. It's my positive personality and how I'm able to share my story with other people in order to have a lasting impact. And I'm going to sneeze right now. But I'm getting over it. Anyway, so understand your winking is very important for us all to understand what makes us unique. And put it on your timeline, and then put a picture of you. Put that picture of you, but also tag me on that picture, Brian Wagner, and then put a hashtag of Brian with one eye and a hashtag of winking without Wagner. So thank you very much for doing that. And also, for you listening live, if you're listening live, put in hashtag live, and then let me know where you're coming in from. And if you're listening on replay, put in a hashtag replay and let me know. So that would be great. Thank you so much for doing that. I truly appreciate it. So there is so much to be thankful for these days, and we're not always thankful for all of that. But I'll tell you that I've had a conversation, like I mentioned earlier, with a coach, and he has helped me to see what I truly should be speaking about, where I go and I help people to embrace their own personal blindness to achieve greater vision for their lives. I talk a lot about vision from a metaphorical perspective, but I think that and he told me that's not big enough. You're letting them off the hook. So he said that I was letting my audience off the hook by just talking about vision and purpose, because everybody talks about that, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know that. Anyway, so he says you should talk about how important it is to understand what makes you unique, how you've embraced what you have, how you've made opportunities out of what you have, and how you look at life. But more than that, he also went on to say, look at how you encourage other people with what makes you different. So I thought about that a lot, and I've been thinking about it overnight, in the mornings, and it's just been processing within me. And I 100% agree with what he said. So, that's my new initiative, to go out and and help people to understand how they can lead and encourage other people with what makes them unique. So, again, you know what makes me unique, and that's important, but what makes you unique? What do you have? So, for me, I have numbness in my face. I have a tongue that doesn't work all the time, gets aggravating. You'll hear me slur my words from time to time, and slur happens to be one of the hardest words to say. Don't ask me why. And then, also I have the face that's all numb. I have the right side of my face is numb, and my tongue is numb as well. So, yes, I'm making light of it because it's something I deal with every day, but it's kind of a big deal. And the whole right side of my body is numb, but that's been numb for quite a while. But it's getting number as time goes on. So, thank you for that. That's a little bit about what I have, but there are a lot of people that have other things. I mean, there's people that have ulcerative colitis. There's people that are in wheelchairs. There are people that have cancer. The COVID-19, for example. There are a lot of different things going on with a lot of different people, and afflictions are going all about. So how do we take what makes us unique and do something with it to encourage other people? So, I mean, for me, my eye doesn't open all the way. So I talk about vision. I talk about how important it is to have vision. So that's part of my story. But really, the main part of the story is to talk to people about how to encourage them, how to encourage them to be encouragers. So many of you have heard the note from my daughter, but it's a note that is worth repeating. And I'd like to share it with you. Dear Dad, happy Dad's Day. I hope you have a great day because you definitely deserve it. All the TV commercials and cards always say, "My dad's the best." But they're all lying. You're the best ever. Sure, other people's dads are great. They're younger than you, they're sportier, and they're funner. But you've got something that they don't have: bravery. Even after everything you've been through, you still get out of bed in the morning. You still joke around and play with us and cook on the grill, even though you only have half of one good eye. But you do more still. You teach me that even though you go through the most toughest and grueling things, that if you just believe that God is right there with you through everything. Believe that everything turns out okay in the end. Believe that sometimes the only thing you can do is hope beyond hope. Then maybe, just maybe, you'll make it out alive. Not always unscathed, but alive. And give me that hope, that sense of belief. Well, I'd take that over a dad with two good eyes any day. Love, 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 love. Jess. My daughter was 13 years old when she wrote that letter to me. I had just come from having brain surgery about 2 months earlier, and I still couldn't see anything. But she saw what was in me, and she told me about it. So what do you see in somebody else? What do you see in some of your managers? What do you see in some of your people that you manage? You know, what do you see in your boss that maybe he or she doesn't see? Do you think it's time to write your letter? I do. I do. Let's see. Who do we have on this morning? Oh, my friend Mark Gassard. Mark, good morning. Yeah. Thank you for that. Gratitude. Don't count the days, make the days count. Yep, Muhammad Ali. Very nice. Thank you for that, Mark. I appreciate you being on. I appreciate you you chiming in. So, you know, if there's anyone else that's on, you know, that's interested in chiming in and making this a group discussion, I'd be happy to have the conversation. So, you know, there is so much that we have to be thankful for with everything we do. Good morning, Linda. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm so glad to see you this morning. And tell Greg we said hello. Hopefully you and he are doing well in South Carolina or wherever you are today. Yeah, so that's the next evolution of a radical vision. Next evolution of this vision that I have is to be able to help other people that are struggling. One of those ways to help them struggling is with helping those managers identify with people that are different than them. So we have many instances of that in the world today, whether it's race, creed, religion, citizenship, background, history, work experience, whatever the case. So there's lots of different types of diversity out there. So acknowledging that and how important it is to acknowledge someone else and encourage someone else and lead someone else that's different than you, it's not easy. So that's what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be helping other people to lead those that are not different, that are different from them. So, yeah, there's so much going on, and I've written many notes here. What these challenges showed me. Excuse me, I'm gonna drink water. Oh, thank you, Linda. So the things that I've learned from having these obstacles being thrown in my way, and I've not chosen to make them obstacles. I've chosen them to be hurdles. So, you know, the way that I've worked through them, it's not that I'm magical or anything. I've done what anybody else can do. But one of the things that I've done is I've been a role model for my kids. I mean, you heard that in the letter. So, you know, I continue to try to be that role model. You know, I don't have fun dad sayings and fun dad quotes and, you know, teaching moments and all that. Maybe I do, but I don't ever think of them that way. So I just live my life and try to be a good example. Sorry, I slurred my words. I slurred my words. It's hard sometimes. But I often recognize it, so I can bring it out and I can tell other people about it when it happens. So let's see. I also learned when to step away. So there have been many instances where I needed to back up because I wasn't able to see the situation the right way. And that can mean many different things, but we'll leave it there. But I've gotten better at knowing when to step away, knowing when to just say enough is enough, and trying to be more calm. It doesn't always work. I'm still working on it, still trying to be a better person, trying to be a better man, trying to be a better husband, trying to be a better father. But I think I've done a good job so far with all that. You know, another way that I've made a hurdle out of this and to experience life and joy is to focus on those things that bring me joy and focus on those things that bring me happiness. So if I can do that, I know that I'm going to be more happy, more successful. It's gonna just bring me peace, and that's like sitting by a campfire. I mean, oh my gosh, that is the best. I love to do that, and we're gonna have a chance to do that tonight. So looking forward to that. But what else? Oh, it's I've come to the realization that life is not about me. Yeah, life is not about me. It's more about serving other people. It's more about helping other people get what they want. So, these videos that I do every day, the Vision Alignment Show where I'm on every day, it's all about other people, and I'm here to serve. So that's important for us, for anybody to understand how service is really the first goal in being happy. So, other thing that I learned is what's on the outside doesn't count. So when you see me, you may wonder, oh my gosh, what is wrong with this guy? He's got one eye. He doesn't talk right. He's I might have a limp at times, because I don't walk all right because my right side is numb. But you may wonder what's going on. Well, there's a lot going on, but I'm here to tell you that it's not what you think. So, these situations that I'm in are not ones that are going to stop me from doing what I do. I don't believe that I was meant to be stopped to do what I do. I believe that I was meant to serve other people, to help other people, to do whatever I can to make their life better. So that's what I'm going to do, and that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. So that's important for us all to realize. And let's see. Oh, I also realized that I have a story to tell. So I have a story to tell, but you have a story to tell as well. I mean, people like Linda and Mark. I mean, I know that you have great stories to talk about with all that you do and all that you're doing. There's so many good stories that you have with inside of you that you just need to get out. And I would love to help you in any way. I don't know how that is, but I mean, maybe you're just being an encourager, so I can do that. But if there's ever, there I go again. Sometimes my tongue gets ahead of my brain. Anyway, so if there's ever anything that I can do to help you, by all means, let me know. Yeah, so I've also been in many different leadership roles over the past 20 years, but you realize that I lost my eyesight back 10 years ago. So 20 years ago, I was a president for a board. It was a church board, which yeah, it's been interesting to go through that process. Probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, as a volunteer. So that's been interesting. Now I'm set up to be the president for next year, starting in July, for the National Speakers Association Ohio chapter. So that again, it'll be a fire hose because there's a lot that I need to learn, but so much that good that's going to come from it, and I'm really looking forward to doing that. But I did that first president job with two eyes, so I could see fine. Now I'm doing this job with one eye. And if you think that it doesn't make much of a difference, you might be wrong. That's okay. But there is definitely an increased focus on making sure that you have your I's dotted and your T's crossed. So I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, it is a little bit stressful. So that's what I have. And that's who I am. So what do you have? What's your issue? What do you have to write about? Who do you have to write about? I'm willing to bet you have somebody to write about. So think about that. Think about how important it is for that person, for you to let them know. Just like Jess let me know what I meant to her. Tell that person what they mean to you. And your life is going to change. It's been an awesome week spending time with you. I'm so appreciative of your time and your efforts to come on. Who else do we have on here? Mr. Randall Reeder. Good to see you this morning, Randall. Yeah, well, thank you for that. I hope you're right. We'll see how things go. But yeah, I'm confident that things will go well. We've got a new membership model to deal with, so there'll be a lot of fun with that. Anyway, so thank you all for being on. I appreciate your time today. If there's ever anything that I can do for you, by all means, let me know. And as always, keep one eye on the road. Take care. Have a good weekend. We'll see you soon. Bye.